Got 1 minute till. And a big old snake.
Hello, everybody. Watching Justin Fishing Fetish.
What we call it, netting with a snake.
Watching old Justin Fishing Fetish. He's out there fishing right now. He's live, but he's getting ready to go off to watch us. Oops, sorry about that. There he is. I think his alarm just went off. What's up, Chad? Mr. Dockery, Catman Do.
You got more guts than me.
Who else? Michael's in here. Buckeye. Brandon. How's everybody doing? I hope y'all having a good day. In fact, I hope y'all having a great day. Yeah, he's on there right now. He said he's getting ready to jump off. I tried to get him to stay on. I was telling him to watch both shows. There's Catfishing with Slim. Hope everybody's week has been great. Hope everybody's been out there catching some fish. There's JR out there, Team Ghetto Rig. Go get them, JR. Go get them, buddy. There's Maurice, Sand Hills, Palmetto. Hope everybody's doing great, guys. Yep, I had planned on being out on the boat today. Catfish Headhunters, Jason. Fishing Impossible. Let's start this out with saying God bless America, guys. America's taking a beating right now. So let's keep everybody in this country in our prayers, the president in our prayers, so some right decisions can be made on how things are going to be taken care of. But God bless y'all family and you. There's A12 in the house. There's Jay's Catfishing. Kentucky Catman. Trying to get my. There's Daniel. We got a lot of people. Lyle's in the house. A lot of people. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys. Mike Greenwell. Mike, me and you need to get up. I need to get you on this show. We missed our opportunity earlier. It's time to get back to that. There's Fan Seeker. Anyway, what I was going to say, there's Glenn in the house. I had planned on being out on the boat tonight. Had a lot of stuff come up here at the house. Had to put one of our pets down yesterday, dig some holes. So either way, I did not make it out on the water. There's Joe Bucks in the house. Miss. So I did not schedule anybody to come on as a guest because I thought I was going to be out on the boat. Well, you can see we're not out on the boat. We're in the cabin. So I figured we'd do a little BS show tonight, a little talk, a little tackle talk, and maybe answer some of y'all's questions. If you got any questions, that old boy, Justin's Feeman, just reached in the water and grabbed him a snake. You can have that old snake. I don't play with snakes. I ain't scared of them. I just don't play with them. Yeah, so we're going to talk a little junk tonight. Hopefully I can answer some questions if anybody has any about anything that has to do with YouTube that I know that I can help you with. I'm going to go live on your Facebook page, so everybody check out Team Ghetto Rig JR Warscout on Facebook. He'll be going live. Hopefully he'll be putting some fish in the boat. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the snakes don't bother me as long as I can see them. It's the old Wampus cat, he likes them. He's got snakes. His kids has got snakes. He's had snakes, raised snakes, handled snakes. He can have them. Got a brother, that rascal is so terrified of a snake, he calls them black-headed right-of-water copper moccasins. He will hurt somebody over a snake. Need help with your Streamlabs. Can't seem to get it going. Streamlabs is pretty easy, Muskrat. And they do have a question and answer page where you can go on there and actually they will get back with you. It's some good guys that's running that. I run my basic I know a lot of guys like Headhunter, he's figured out how to use the backdrop. Lyle uses the backdrop. Other people are doing different things. They running the ticker tape across the bottom. Palmetto's doing some things with it. I like to keep it simple, simply because that's just the way I am. John Isabella's in the house. Eric Jackson. Guys, we got 28 people in the house. Appreciate everybody coming in. I hope you're having a good Hook Catfish is in the house. Hope everybody's having a good day, a good week, and staying out of trouble. Oh, he's talking about the app on his phone. Now, I could not help you with that. I could not help you with that. He's talking about Stream Labs. I'm sorry. I use StreamYard. Let me look back at his comment. Oh, yeah. I don't do the Stream Labs. I got lucky and finally hit my 1,000, so I didn't have to do it to go live. I went live with it a couple times. Excuse me. Justin Fishing Fetish and Kentucky Catman, they use it a good bit. And so I could not tell you much about Streamlabs at all because I only used it a couple times. Yeah, there's Flint Hills in the house. Avid's in the house. That 0812, watch for his video come out Sunday. He put some nice flatheads in the boat. Ooh, excuse me, guys. Been a long, long day since 3 o'clock this morning. Put some nice flatheads in the boat using the Patriot Cat bobbers. And I appreciate that 812, the shout out. The video, it's going to be pretty cool. I can't wait to see it. He sent me some pictures and stuff, and I seen his post up of the flatheads. And we talking, and after he gets quite a few fish under his belt using them floats, I want to bring him in one day. Oh, God, guys, I am so sorry. This is going to be a boring night for y'all. I hope not. Anyway, want to bring him in and do kind of an educational, maybe a little 30-minute show on how he uses the bobbers to catch his flathead catfish. I want to get out as much. Is Dieter Melhorn in the house? There he is. I know, Dieter. I know. 60 more minutes. It's been a long one, buddy. It's been a long one. So if anybody out there that's using them, and if you're having any luck with them, yeah, that'd be a lot of bobbers for a whole box full. Sorry about that, Dieter. Don't mean to make nobody sleepy. I got me a cup of coffee right here. I'm trying. But so if anybody's using them, get with me. I'm going to make a short video with like interviewing each one of you on how you use them, what you look for before you actually use that bobber, or what makes your decision to choose to either use it or not use it. That's what I'm looking at, because the way I would choose to use it might be totally different from the way 812 does, or Dieter does, or Chunky Cats does, or Avid, or any of the rest of you. Each one of you is going to figure out your way of doing things. Yeah. You will get them, Palmetto. I'm waiting on Big Nasty. I got to hook up with him and take him some. Scooby. Dang. The lady that won them last week, or the week before last, there's Justin Fishing said he's got one of my bobbers out right now, so maybe it'll get slammed with him. Oh, but yeah, I just want to get out as much information, guys, and it ain't just about the bobber. I want it to cover a wide range of techniques that y'all use, some on the river, some on lakes, that helps you target the fish that you're chasing whether it's blues, flatheads, channels, mudcats, whatever. Dude, guys, I am sorry. Waited till I got up here before I started yawning. Dieter's been going over quite a bit of different techniques. Palmetto's been going over some different things to do. We all got certain ways that we do things. Some things will work on your waters, some things will not. If you're fishing rivers, some of the techniques that you use on them rivers might work on lakes, but some of the lake techniques might not work on rivers. With that being said, like a drifting, we use slack waters. Maybe it's some of the wind, let the wind do a drift. I know, Headhunter, I know. It drives me crazy. Let me go grab my bottle off the boat and suck me up some of that oxygen. I must not have none in here. But Junior Proctor right there, he fishes some deep water down Lake Monticello. It's got deep brush. Now, he's got some techniques that I'm sure that he uses only on Monticello that he might not use at any other lakes that he fishes. So that's why it really does pay, guys. When you just watching these guys catfishing, whether it's PD, whether it's A12, Flint Hill, Junior, Chunky Cats mainly fishes off the bank. But there are techniques that these guys are doing that sometimes we forget to tell, that I'm trying to get y'all to start telling a little bit more about why you chose the spot that you chose to fish off of. And I know fishing off the bank, sometimes we fish where we can. Something like around our lakes, they have so grown up so much with these multi-million-dollar houses that just not many places to go anymore. Plus, the spawn's coming up, guys. So if you got video and stuff put back, it's time to start putting it out. I think our spawn's going to be drug out. I think it's going to be scattered out. I think we're going to have fish that's going to bite all the way through it. Dieter can tell us more about that because he's been on the water a lot more than the rest of us, a lot more than I have. I hadn't been out there, guys. And that's another thing I do want to say is that I do apologize that I want to apologize that I'm not putting out any content except the live feeds. Guys, there's a few of you on here that understand my health, and I don't cover a lot of it. So there's a lot of days, guys, that I don't feel like going. I don't feel like hooking up to the boat. I don't even feel like grabbing a rod and going to the pond below the house. With that being said, there's still no excuse for me not to be producing videos for y'all. Y'all support my channel. You support my show. And it's only right that I get back to making content to put up. I'm getting closer to getting my homework done here where I can start taking at least one day a week and getting back on the water. A12 suspending gizzards underneath floats, and it's paying off. Is that live gizzards, A12? So I do want to apologize for that, guys. Y'all out there busting your tails. A lot of you is putting up a lot of video. Mike, we dang sure will watch it, boy. Appreciate that, Jays. So I hate that I didn't have a guest on here tonight or last week. Things fell through. Tracy was sick last week. I hadn't talked to him this week. He did send my new lights to me. Actually, I met up with him. We went and picked him up down in South Carolina, and he's feeling pretty peaked. So I wasn't even going to bother him tonight to see. Oh, I know, John. I got to get it out. It's driving me nuts setting up there. It's done got nasty. I got it underneath the shed, and I learned a hard lesson. Just because it's underneath the pole barn don't mean you don't need to cover it. Because when I cut grass and stuff out here at the house, it's a dust storm. And all that dust is gathered on that old boat, and it is nasty, nasty, nasty. So I need to put a good washing on it before I take it out and throw. I got a cover I can throw over it to keep the dust and the bugs and stuff like that out of it. But also, guys, YouTube, if you get to noticing that you're not seeing other people's videos show up and you know that they are putting them out, go back and check and see if the notification bell is still hit. For some reason, with Dieter Melhorn, I had to go back every couple months, probably every 1 to 2 months, and check it. I'll notice that I'm not getting notified that his videos are coming out. And I know he's producing them. And I'll go back and check. The notification bell will be off, or I'll be unsubscribed. Maybe Dieter don't like me and he's unsubscribing me, but I don't think so. So if you get to noticing that, guys, check it out. That might be the case. There's Grant in the house. That's because it's Dieter. I don't know what it is. And I've got there's PGH bottom feeders. Dieter, I don't think they hate you. I think they hate me. You got 25,000 and a little more. There's Kyle in the house, Kyle Rudd. So, guys, check out each other's channel. We have a lot to teach, a lot to learn. Yes, we're going to do that. We'll do a live stream and him out on the water. And hopefully I can be out on the water one night and show these off. I got a lake up here that's not really known for any size catfish. So I really want to go try. I know there's a few flatheads in it, and I really want to go try to target those fish to challenge my skills as a fisherman, which right now they pretty freaking rusty. And I think that's what we all need to do when the spawn hits, guys. I hear everybody complaining, all the fish won't hit. I'm gonna go do this, I want to go do that. Yes. I want to see everybody get their new PB on them floats. If you do, make sure you send me videos and pictures, guys. I'd love it. I want to work on, I really want to work on something to show these off. But anyway, so pay attention to the small details. And guys, if you can remember, actually give some of those little details out. Me and 812 was talking, and there's things that he does with that bobber that I didn't think about, the way it works out for him. All right, guys, we got another. Let's get rid of them. Why won't it let me get rid of them? Guys, take care of that for me. He's going live. Mike, you can go live. I thought, man, I'm not seeing none of my people in here as moderators. Dieter, you was a moderator on here. Quite a few of you. There's Kentucky. He's still a moderator. I'll have to. Yeah, we got a few on here, guys. We just hold up. Let me get on my mobile and see if I can't take care of some of this. I apologize. Looks like we're going to look like it's going to be a troll night tonight, guys. Kentucky's in here. He'll take care of it when he sees them. Yeah, there's quite a few more in here. There's Big Nasty in the house. Yes, sir, I was talking about you. I got to hook up with you. I got a set of bobbers to go to you. Your girlfriend want them. No taker, still working on that. Hey, fishing the rut, you don't know till you throw, buddy. You don't know till you throw. That's what we want to talk about a little bit tonight, is the use of some of these and some of the techniques. We'll get into more detail later. when I put out a video with some of the guys catching them, maybe with me catching one, I hope with the bobbers or floats. I'd rather call them a float than a bobber. I feel like when I call it a bobber, I'm brim fishing. There's Tim Dockery's in the house. They probably got rid of them, Dieter. It was headed that way. Right there's another one. Get rid of it. There you go. This ain't no play. Flint Hill, he didn't mean to grab you. Stick around, Flint Hill. He didn't mean to put you out for 300 seconds. Please stick it out. Oh. Yeah, that's when I say bobber, that's what I'm looking at. I think about Flint Hill. Sorry about that. But there are some different techniques. Yeah, Kentucky, you got him. Oh, that's okay. He's still in there watching. Oh, you got 2 for 1 on that swipe. But these are the red, white, and blue ones I've been working on, guys. For some reason, my solid pool noodles have not come in. And I got an email saying that they are back ordered. Now, what that means, I don't have a clue. But these had the holes in them, and I tried to figure out. I did make a few by stuffing foam inside just to see how they would work. I will not sell them. Them are mine personally. Hold on, I got somebody pulled up my house. Sorry about that, guys. I will keep the ones like that for my own personal use. I don't like the way they turned out, but it was a good experiment for what I'm looking to do. But these will be ready to sell. I've got a bunch made up until I get a whole lot of them made up. I don't know if you can see it. Red, white, and blue, and I like the way these turned out. The only thing I don't like about them, and I'll just tell y'all, and y'all can decide that yourself. No, Chad, thank you. I've got plenty, buddy. I actually found a company that carries the lighter weight caps that I'm actually needing, and they work out perfect. The only thing I didn't like about them, they got a little bitty ridge inside of each cap that I've got to cut out. So that takes time. What I'm trying to do, guys, is cut down the amount of time it takes me to produce something. That goes with any product. Any product out there, like these guys that make the dragon shads or the demon dragons, they've got to sit down and paint each and every one of them. I'm sure they would love to find a quicker way of doing it. Like the red, white, and blue ones I got back here, the dragon shads, I love them. And I'm sure that was time consuming, and time is money. And Kentucky Catman gets the first red, white, and blue ones. They've been promised to him. He got some of the very first of my old bobbers, and they actually come apart. So I promised him the first red, white, and blue ones. Now the other ones, the only thing I don't like, these are actually smaller in diameter. So I did make them taller. They still got the PVC inside. You still will not destroy these bobbers. That no way, shape, or form. And these are going to be the same price, guys. Even though it's taking me longer to make them, I want y'all to be able to have some of the Patriot, what I'm going to call the Patriot bobbers. These are the red, white, and blue ones. But so when using these bobbers, guys, I always thought bobber fishing or float fishing. PD has some of the first ones too. All right, PD. Yeah. You always think float fishing shallow water with a sliding float. Like for years, we use these type floats right here. It stays on. You got to pretty much. It's dedicated to a rod. It's hard to aggravate to taking it on and off, on and off. So we had these, and the advantage of using these is that you can set it at. There's Terry Rogers. You can set it at whatever depth you want to fish. That means no longer are you restricted to shallow water fishing. You can fish in deep water. You can fish in current breaks. A lot of people say, "Well, I don't want to use a float in the river because of the current." Well, guys, you can flip these things out in the current and let them drift back to where you know a brush pile or something is. And these bobbers will set and hold your bait right where you want it over top of that brush pile. Or you can drift it down a ledge, drift it over to a ledge, drift it off the top of the ledge, and let it drop off into the deeper water. There's so many different ways of using a float that we fought with for years, the clip-on floats, and then we went to these type of floats, and now the more advanced floats. I think that we need to step up the way we use them. Yes. Mac Byram does a lot of suspend fishing. Well, not really suspend fishing, but the way he drags bait is really suspending his baits. He's done got it down to a science. How fast do you run his boat? At what weight? How far his line goes out with the line drag is how deep those baits will pull. Pam messaged me on Messenger on Facebook. And if you don't have Facebook, you can contact me at 704-600-8369. And I can do that. I can bring you a set of bobbers down there. You just let me know how many you want, what colors. The red, white, and blue ones are not up for sale quite yet. I want to get a lot of them made before I actually put them on the market. But I got plenty of green, orange, pink. I actually got pink lights, guys, to go in the pink bobbers, guys and gals, and the blues. So, yeah, get up with me and we'll bring that. Oh, yeah, Flint Hill, they don't play, boy. That Kentucky Catman and Justin Fishing Fetish and Big Nasty, they don't play. But I thought I had a lot more in here. I'm going to have to go back and check after this show's over and reestablish some, because I knew Dieter used to be, and I had a few more. But anyway, so I'm starting to see some guys use the Kentucky rig with floats. That way, even if you don't suspend it, guys, and you let that bait hit the bottom, with the weight hit the bottom first, and then your bait's up here, with that float being on there, it makes that daggum thing stay straight up and down all the time. So that fish can't really get into structure and get you all tangled up. And Junior said he pulls the bobbers like planer boards. See, Junior, I need to go out fishing with you, guy. You got some different techniques that I've never seen that I would want to learn. And with that being said, I don't see why you couldn't use them in rivers. You've got back eddies. That would be a perfect place to throw floats. That water's always turning and churning around and around. Throw you a float out there, guys, and let that rascal swing around and around and around. Life fool. $6 bill size tad. Oh, I hear you. That's the kind of shad I love to have. We got 54 people in here, guys. 54 people. You know what? We ain't got but 30 thumbs up. Let's see 50 thumbs up, guys. 50 thumbs up. Let's get that 50 thumbs up. And somebody will be a winner of a set of, I can't do that, a set of the other bobbers. I can't, until Kentucky, we got these going out in the morning. I will send you a set of these out in the morning, and somebody will win a set of red, white, and blue bobbers. Let's get to 50 thumbs up. And Kentucky will get his in the morning. We'll get his go out tomorrow, and somebody else will too. So get them up, guys. Hit them thumbs up. Now, I use a Carolina rig with a float. I know a lot of other guys, they use Carolina. That's what 812, he throws a Carolina rig. But the Kentucky rig, I think, is a great rig to throw with that. Oh, yeah, I got some pink floats for him. Yeah, we got some pink floats for Dieter. One of my screens want to go dark. Yes, fishing the rut. It's called a Kentucky rig. I don't know. Give me just a second. I'll see if I can set up and tie a set. Look up the Kentucky rig. You tie your weight onto your bottom of your line and come up, and it'll. Actually, I got a video out that I'm demonstrating different knots, different configurations on whether you tie Demon Dragons or just use a float rig, Kentucky rigs, different rigs I've got tied up. Check it out. The Kentucky rig is a good rig. Chris Sider loves using a double hook Kentucky rig. Tim, on the bobbers, I'm sticking with my 8-aught Gamakatsus. That's a hook I love to use. It's sharp. I know I've had luck with a couple other different brands. In fact, J.R. Warshkow gave me some hooks that I'm going to try out. JR, tell them what kind of hooks them are that you give me, and we'll check and give them a shout out there. Yes, that's what I've heard, is that I've got 2 rods that I've got tied with the Kentucky rig. We had 49 thumbs up, guys. One more. We got getting close. I've used Gamakatsus for years. I know I've heard people say that they started breaking some. I haven't had that problem yet. I do not run my drags real tight. There we are, 50. So at 8:30, guys, we'll do a drawing. Well, it is 8:30. Dang, this time's done flew by. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get that done right quick. Team Catfish double actions. John Finally. All right, guys. Got to be in chat. Got to be chatting. Got to be talking to get your name in the hat. Get your name in the hat. Well, look at the screen where y'all can tell I'm not cheating. Boom. 812. 812. Contact me and send me your information, which I probably already have. Congratulations, my friend. You get a set of bobbers. You get a set of bobbers. Appreciate you coming in. And Kentucky Catman, yours will be going out too tomorrow. Thank you for supporting, guys. Don't forget, we got a lot of new channels, guys, that's trying to build their channel up, trying to get things going. Make sure you check them out. We got a bunch of shows coming on every night of the week, just about. We got Sunday night with Palmetto, Monday night with Lyle and JR. We got Tuesday night is usually Oh, Lord, I just had a brain fart. It's Chris Siders with Tackle Talk, and also Joey Kirby and them are on Tuesday night. I'm on Wednesday night. Thursday night's usually pretty open. I think that Chunky Cats is going live some on Thursday nights. I think that ought to be a wild card. Whoever gets in there first goes live. Friday night is Avid. Saturday night is the Headhunters. So, guys, that's just about every night of the week. We got something going on. So check them out. Share the love, share the bait, and let's get it done. Let's help each other out. Mike Greenwell, I want to get him on here. He is a bumper. He loves bumping on the lake, on the rivers. From what I understand, he is a heck of a guy doing the bumping. So that's a technique that I cannot use on the lakes. Justin said he's using a Kentucky rig with a 3/0 Reaper on the top hook, 8/0 red hook, Diachi on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, bumping. There you go. Mike Greenwell, the bumping magicians, from what I understand. What the heck? Why is this freaking thing does that? Come on. It keeps wanting to tell me I got emails up. Sorry about that. The Bumping King. That's what I heard. Now, as much water we've had running through our lakes here lately, we could probably do some bumping. Due to my guest, I'll be going live 1 hour earlier. There you go. You'll be fishing on the Mississippi, John. Woo. That's never seen them waters, and I'm sure if you've never seen waters like that, they can be intimidating. I would not even know where to start. But that's why we have shows, guys. That's why we do videos, is to give everybody a different perspective for different parts of the world. Where Lyle and them fish rivers and some big reservoirs. Out here, we have to travel a long way before we can fish a river. I think the James River is probably the closest, and I don't think it's really considered that type of river from what y'all are fishing. But I think that some of the techniques that y'all use there can be used here if it's modified just a little bit or a lot. Mountain Island got last night. Yeah, that I've heard that they holding a lot of water in some places. In some places, they letting a lot of water go. I don't know. We've had a lot of waterfall since last year. We've had a ton of water. I can't even get out and do any gold mining. I'm scared to put my dredge in the creek that the next day it might flood. There you go, Palmetto. I got you some green ones. So, yeah, guys, so check it out. And if you don't mind, just throw up a little bitty information that we take for granted because we've been doing it for a while. There's a lot of guys that's just getting started in catfishing or been catfishing mainly off the banks or something with their grandpas or daddies, even some of them with their mothers, just throwing the Carolina rig and some hooks and some worms or night crawlers or mussels, or which certain times of the year the mussels work great. The lowest is being, man. There's Combat Carl. Yeah, I see some pictures of another lake where they got it pulled way down. And I don't know if they anticipating a lot of water coming in or if they got to do some dam repair or what it is. Is Carl in the house? Oh, Carl. But guys, when that happens, when they've got the water pulled way down like that, everybody says, I can't go fishing. Well, guess what? You got Google Earth. Google Earth can tell you a whole lot. When that water is down, you can go back through the timeline on Google Earth and look at the times when it is real low. You will see sunken islands. You will see sunken brush piles, debris, and other things that you might be riding right past on your boat and never, ever see it because you're in a hurry going somewhere else that you might be missing these things. I look for deep pockets in rivers that I gold mine in. What I do is scan back through the timeline till I find a place where all the rocks are showing, there's hardly any water in it, and the places that are still pulled up deep, I mark them with a GPS, a handheld GPS, go back to them pools, and them are the pools that I like to gold mine in. The same happens with fishing, especially rivers. River fishermen, from what I understand, look for them scar holes, look for them deep holes. That's a current break. And I'm sure as much water that's been through the Catawba River chain, and as much water they pull, by the third day, them fat, lazy fish in them lakes are looking for current breaks. They're looking for a place to get out of that current. It's whooping their tails. You know, fat man can't run long ways. He might run you for, here to there real quick, but then he runs out of steam. And it's the same way with a lake fish. I think a river fish is probably going to fight you harder because they're always constantly fighting current. That's kind of what I'm looking at. 812. I've got I want to get with some people that are mainly heavy flathead fishermen. That's what they chase dang near year round. Appreciate that, Junior. Get you a set of bobbers. Yeah, it depends on how hungry the fat man is and what they're serving up. But that's what I'm saying, guys. There are so many different techniques. A buddy of mine, the one that made this rod right here, he's a bass fisherman. The bass bug has bit him hard, and he's great people. He's out there bumping heads. He's a police officer. But he was catching some nice freaking blues on shaky worms and other things like that. I don't have a clue what it is. I'm not up on that no more. But underneath docks, he was catching big blues on bass tackle underneath docks. Now, he was having a blast and wasn't complaining one bit. He loves the pool. The pool is his drug just like ours. He just loves chasing the bass. But, so, guys, there are places and there are techniques that we might be overlooking as catfishermen that might change the whole way. Mr. Dockery leaving? James, give me a holler tomorrow, my friend. I ain't talked to you in a couple weeks. Yeah. Yeah, that's two of them I traded with some gold. Some of the gold I dredged up here in North Carolina. I traded James Burke for the two. This one and this one. This rod right here is a Burke rod that my buddy Wampus Cat, which I can't believe he ain't in here tonight, won at the YouTube tournament, and he donated it back to Patriot James, and I appreciate that. But since we're going to do a little tackle talking a little bit, if I can get this around here without not sticking it in the ceiling fan, guys, this is one of the rods I use off the bank. Oh, I'm getting ready to make a mess. Yeah, stay. This is the rod I use when I'm on the bank. It's 10 foot. but it's the old Whisker Catfish System rods. $19, $21, I think is what I pay for these at the Bass Shack. It's got the foam handles. It does not have the stainless eyes, and it's got the carbon reel seats. One thing I do like about them, it's got a trigger on there, guys. The other rods, all these custom rods and all, they don't have triggers. I like a trigger on my rod. Hands eat up with all those rods. I like something that I can hold on to. You have the twin tower rods. You right there, Combat Carl. That's exactly what I named them. But guys, you don't have to break the bank to go fishing. Just go fishing. This is an Abu 6000 that I've had probably 30 years. I get it rebuilt about every 2 years with new not new bearings, but new brakes and new pawl. And it just gone through, cleaned out real good. 8-footers, and you're going to try it. I love them. Not to say that I will not break one. Headhunters. I've had one of these rods in a stand and hooked up. In fact, I was live. One rod got hung on the bottom. I had a flathead on the front of the boat, and I was drifting. It snatched that rod all the way around. When I'm bumping, I love the trigger, but not when I'm anchoring. Okay. It jerked that rod all the way around. It locked that daggum stand down in my boat. I had to take a wrench on it just to get it loose. All the way, and it doubled that rod over backwards. And I just thought, well, I got $21 in it. If it busted, it busted. I'm not out a whole lot. But it didn't. It didn't crack the rod. Time I got it back there to it, it didn't crack it or bust it. And I keep using it. I'm going to actually paint some of them rods. I'm going to sand them down. I want to paint them red, white, and blue too, but I'm going to do it in a different style than what James did. I love the James Burke rods, guys. I'm not advertising for them. I'm just telling you what I love. I love the feel of that rod. I love the action. I know $180 is a lot of money for a rod, but if you've got a YouTube channel or a Facebook channel, whatever, and you want a rod to have your name, customize it how you want it, that's the guy to see. He put on there exactly what I wanted on that rod. He knew the action that most of the catfishermen are looking for. That's what he set me up with. I told him I didn't want a broom handle to fish with. There's Wampus, guys. Wampus Cat, he's in the house. Now, Wampus Cat, he's went to the Big Cat Fevers, and a lot of you have. A lot of you's got the Chris Flores rods. A lot of you's got the Steve Douglas rods, all different kind. The Whisker Seeker rods. The technology today, guys, is all these rods are great rods. Just get one and go fishing. That's it in a nutshell. With all the crap that's going on right now in this country and in this world, a man needs a break. He does. He needs to get out there on the water or in the woods. Luckily, knock on wood, good Lord's blessed me enough that I live in the woods. And if you start getting stressed, guys, turn off social media. If you'll notice, guys, I'm laying back a lot off of social media. The reason is that I just get angry because I love my country. And I hate to see what the hell is going on right now. Excuse my language, and I'm not going there right now. So with that being said, I've had to disconnect from social media. Get out in the woods. There's twerking monkeys in the house. Get out in the woods. Get on the lake. Whether you take a little old cane pole and go to your local creek and catch some little fish, little chubs, little knotty heads, or just go catch you some crawdads, or just act like a kid, get back out into nature and figure out why you fell in love with nature to begin with. It eases the brain. It eases the mind. It takes you back. We've all got that in us to be out in nature. That is the way that man deals with stress, I think, so much better than city folks and stuff like that that's stuck on them, that is stuck on them concrete sidewalks, on them buildings. They're stuck in there. Their brains turn into mush when really all they need to do is get out in the woods, smell some good fresh air, go catch them a few catfish, a few brim, carry one of them little red, white, and bobbers, a couple little bitty gold hooks, and dig you up a couple worms out of the yard, and you're ready to go. And right now, there's crickets everywhere. You go out there scanning around in your yard, you can catch you some crickets. But I'm going to tell you another secret bait, guys, that there's a man that's used to use this on Santee Cooper, and I figured the man's probably passed away now, and I'll let it out. And we caught some big catfish, and that's grasshoppers. Grasshoppers. When the tobacco fields and all that are having a treat for all the grasshoppers and the cornfields and stuff, and there's tons of grasshoppers everywhere, I ain't talking about little ones. I'm talking about big grasshoppers. That's the go-to bait. I seen the times when we filled up a cooler in a couple hours and guys was coming in after 12 hours and having a couple fish. One thing I loved about this guy that we went out with, once you filled up one cooler, that was it. Whether you done it in 2 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours, that was it. All right, guys, John and all. I didn't mean to get off on that rant just a second ago, but I really didn't. So let's leave the politics out of here. I appreciate that. Personal Facebook page, I'll talk all the junk you want to talk. We're good to go. But on here, that's not a place for it. Yes, we can use unlimited rod here in North Carolina. South Carolina, you're only allowed to use 4 while you're fishing off the bank, unlimited on the boat. Jays, let's stop it. Do not make me drop you off, buddy. This is not the place for it. This is not the place for it, guys. I didn't get political, didn't mention no president's name or nothing like that. I just said what I hate seeing going on. So let's do not get political, please. Back to catfishing. Grasshoppers, yeah, Tim. I never would have believed it. We went out on the boat. This guy showed up with a basket covered up. We got out on the boat, and he uncovered the basket, and I said, what in the world? He said, we're going to catch fish. I said, man, we ain't going to catch nothing but brims and little old bitty fish with it. Yeah, okay. Blowed my mind. We was catching, we didn't catch no monsters. But when you catching teeners and 20s on grasshoppers, that's a good day. I don't care who you are. That's a good day. It's a great day. We had a blast, and we was down there for a week, and that whole week people were struggling to catch fish, and we were not. We were through. The longest night I think we had was a 6-hour night. We come back. I set up and fished off the bank using cut bait and stuff like that. Was catching a couple of nice cats off the dock and off the banks down there. We always stayed at Harry's. I think they call that the heart of the lake. And I'm sure they still open down there. I heard they've redone that place. If they did, I hope so, because it was getting pretty rough. Cigarettes, the hottest bait. What? I done missed something here, Palmetto. 1-inch gulp minnow. I'm dang. There you go, guys. They are open. Good. I heard they changed hands. I don't know. Last time we stayed down there, I was glad I carried, I'll just say this. I was glad I carried my sleeping bag with me and throwed it on top of the bed. And I'll leave it at that. But I heard they've under some new management or whatever, and I love the area. Yeah, who knew? It blew my mind, guys. And I'll tell you how that old man told me he caught them. He wears snake chaps, and they go out before daybreak when the dew is all over the grasses and stuff. A grasshopper breathes through his chest. So when the dew gets thick on all the grasses and stuff, the grasshoppers move to the top of the plants, the grasses and stuff. And they take a real fine seine net and stretch it out all over snake chaps, and then they'll walk through the fields and then wrap it up. You can do that with a sheet or anything. Wrap it up, and you will have a basket slam full of grasshoppers. He said, but make sure you wear your snake chaps because you will feel them snakes hitting your legs. I said, man, I just don't know if I can handle that. I just don't know if I can handle that. He said, just don't fall down. You're good to go. So there you go, guys. I think it comes back down to some of the things that I've always been wondering about. Is if you're out there and you got all great fresh cut baits out and live baits, and all of a sudden you marking good fish and no action. Just the fish are not biting. You cannot get them to bite. From now on, I will be carrying me 2 buckets of night crawlers with me. 2 buckets of night crawlers. And I want y'all to try it out to let me know what you think. Let the chaps catch the grasshoppers. I hear you. Because what I'm going to do is if I'm having a bad day and stuff is just not biting like I want, I'm going to load a hook slam down with a bunch of big old night crawlers. Or if I'm marking big fish and I know they're there and they're not hitting what I'm throwing to them, I'm going to put night crawlers on them. That's something that these fishes eat since they was born. They've been eating worms since they was born. So to me, nature says that if I've eaten it all my life, I'm more apt to eat it again if you drop it in the water. Just said he always has night crawlers. Leopard frogs are good baits too. I've heard that. I've heard frogs. I've used frogs for bass fishing and caught some monster freaking largemouth bass with frogs. But I was fishing them different. I would hook them in the hind leg right up next to the body where that meat's thick and tough without no weight or nothing on them, just a hook. And then I would pitch them out to structure and stuff. And as soon as them frogs hit the water and start swimming, woo, the water will open up. And you know, guys, that's a technique probably worked for them shallow water blues and flatheads, guys. I'm telling you, when catching catfish in 2 foot of water, you cannot tell me that rascal won't hit something busting the surface of the water. Old flathead's got an undercut jaw. His eyes on top of his head. He's looking up. Tells me that rascal will eat something swimming on the surface. You let a bird hit the water and flutter around in that right above one of them's head and see what happens. Running late fishing. Catalpa worms, we call them catalpa worms around here. People call them catalpa worms or whatever. Them things are great. Them things are great. They will catch a lot of brim. They will catch about anything. Yeah, Justin, it's I don't know. Seemed like the frogs would die in no time on the bottom catfishing. Oh, I'm sure they do, Flint Hill. I'm sure they eat their share of snakes too. I really do. I believe they'll eat about anything that swims over top of their cotton picking heads. Because, guys, it all comes down to one thing about nature. Actually, it turns out to be three: food, shelter, reproduction. That's all nature cares about: food, shelter, reproduction. When we figure out that they could care less if that thing is red, white, and blue, purple, green, yellow, I'm sure there's certain colors stand out a little bit better that might help out as far as them being able to find it, like the rattling part of it. I'm sure each one of them do contribute to getting that fish to find your bait a little quicker. That I wouldn't doubt, Kentucky. But I think it comes down to knowing when the spawn is. We've got that narrowed down pretty good, guys. There's still just not enough knowledge out there on the spawn of the catfish. That's where we need a site. There's got to be a website or somehow. I wish I was smart enough to build stuff like that, where people could put in information that they run into. Yes, chicken livers are a good bait for channel cats, and I'm sure that other fish will eat them also, but I don't think you can get them down there to them before the dinks will wear them out. So I'm not saying it ain't a great bait. It probably is, but you're going to end up having smaller fish grab it before the big fish ever have a chance, because there are fish out there, there are people out there that catch big freaking stripers on chicken livers. Look up the video, guys, on YouTube. I don't remember the guys' names. Catching big freaking striper on chicken livers. He'll put 4 or 5 chickens. That'd be a wad of chicken livers on hooks this freaking big for a huge striper with chicken livers. So I think that catfish are an optimistic feeder. I think that if you put it on their head and they are feeding, they're going to eat. I think, if my personal opinion, if that fish is up and moving, he will eat. There you go, Chad. And also them hybrids. I don't know if all of you got hybrids in your lakes or not. We found out up here on Moss Lake in Kings Mountain, they stock them with the hybrids, wipers or whatever people call them. Them rascals love chicken livers, especially if you throw a little salt on that chicken liver. They love it. Chicken livers is a good bait. It's aggravating. You need to, if you can catch them fresh. If you can be there when they bring them in fresh and they hadn't been froze yet, them work pretty freaking good. Best to throw them with a spinning rod so you can lob them a lot easier, or drop them straight down underneath your boat. But guys, it's still, it all comes, to me, it comes back down to big fish want the bait that they chase. Yes, they will eat a chicken liver. Yes, they will eat a night crawler. Yes, they will eat mussels or shrimp. But I think your biggest opportunity to put big quality fish in the boat or on the bank is using the bait that the fish are eating. If they're feeding on brim, throw brim. If the fish are spawning, if you got crappie spawning, I'll throw crappie. When the brims hit the bed and start spawning, I'm throwing brim and largemouth bass because they, you know, they a sunfish family. I think that there's a scent that these fish put off when they're spawning that catfish narrow, they just, their gills flared. I think that they know when other fish are spawning and they zero in on it, guys. I believe that with all my heart. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, guys, send me a message and say, hey, look, Dumbtail, you're wrong. And let me know why. Tell me why. Don't tell me I'm just don't tell me I'm wrong about it. Let me know why I'm wrong or why I'm looking at it this way when I need to be looking at it that way. Ask questions, guys. Ask questions. That's the only way we get smarter. That's the only way we narrow down. That's the only way that we're going to get to the point where we catch our PBs. And I am bound and determined to bust my PB flathead and blue. And I'd love to break my daggum channel, but I do not think that it's in Lake Wiley anymore. That's a 16-pound channel. I don't think I'll ever see that again unless I go up north or somewhere out west that actually has the big channels. But I know I can bust that 44 and that 37. I got a 37 flathead and 44 blue, and I want to bust it. I want to bust it bad. But with that being said, guys, I've had a blast. We still got 34 people in here. Guys, we got up to 56 thumbs up. Guys, thank you. I appreciate it with all my heart. Guys, y'all make it worth the while. I was wore out, tired, and I didn't know if I even wanted to come up here tonight, but y'all make it worth the while, guys and gals. Getting more and more women in here, guys. Invite your wives, your girlfriends, other ladies that fish. I've got a few more ladies that I've got that's going to be coming up in future shows. So invite them in, guys. Get them to come in. Share the love with them. Sooner or later, I'll be able to get my wife to go out fishing with me. She likes going out on the boat. She could care less about fishing. So I figured out what I'm going to have to do is take her out there. What's up, Robert? What I'm going to do is take her out. She'll be sitting back there reading her book, playing on her phone or whatever. Is I'm going to put my rods out. I'm going to put big baits. No playing, just big freaking baits. Lock them down, put them in the stands, and then I'm going to kick back and read me a book. And if they go off, say, you better get it. You better get it. You better get it. I ain't touching it. You better get it. Thank you, Skip. Thank you, Skip. I appreciate it all, buddy. There's Nitro coming in late. Guys, I can keep talking for hours. I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate your support. It means the world to me. Surgical tube and keep chicken liver on the hook. I thought about doing some junk like that, guys. Is throwing some chicken livers in a blender and just shredding them up. And then take a big hypodermic needle like you inject stuff into turkeys. You know, you inject seasoning and stuff into turkeys. You had your big old long surgical tubing, inject that stuff into that tubing and work it like working a big old worm. Guess what? I got a feeling it would be fun. There's Ray. Yeah, my wife don't care too much about it, so I done made up my mind. Stick the rods in the stands, lock them down tight where they can't get missing, and say, all right, they're yours. I ain't touching them. Tonight's your night. And she'll have to get it. She'll have to get it. With that being said, guys, I love having each and every one of you on here. We will have somebody on here next week. If not, I'll be on the boat. But look forward to running into y'all on the water some days. Wait. My method of chicken liver is cheap, easy, and it works great. Show us up, fishing fetish. Show us up. Show us how to do it, my friend. Chunky Cats, you going to be on tomorrow night? That's it. God bless America, John Patrick III. I appreciate it. Guys, before I go, just say a prayer for our country, for everybody that's involved, and hopefully we can get this mess straightened out and get back to being Americans. That's where we need to be. And the only way to do that is for each and every one of us to be involved in our country. It seems like the country has got to the point now where everybody's saying, what can America do for me? And I think one of the only Democrat that was actually a Republican was John F. Kennedy. That said, it's not what America can do for you, but what you can do for America. America is your home. Just like the four walls that you live in, America is your home. Running late. I'm going to be taking orders. I think I found a new person to do my shirts. The other shirts, if you'll notice, see how far this is set to the side. Every one of my shirts that I had produced it's almost under the armpit. And to me, I want it right here where the pocket should be, the God Bless America. So I think I found another person to do my shirt. You daggum right, he was outdoors. That's the reason he got missing, got killed. But anyway, that's what it is, guys. America is your home, just like the four walls that you go in every night and lay your head down. So that's the way we need to look at it. What can we do to keep America free? Where we can fish, where we can have live shows, where we can meet and have tournaments, if it ain't nothing but a coffee can tournament, and make some great friends. Running late, you need to get up with me anyway. I got your cup and hat riding around in my truck. That being said, guys, God bless you. God bless your families. God bless America. And we'll see you on the water. Take care. Say goodnight.